lived at? Is that right?
No, it's going to be. It's in that town, but it's not going to be that bad. That place has been terrible.
Okay. So it's nicer than that?
Oh yeah, it's nicer. Not a whole lot, but it's. I don't feel like I'm going to get someone broke in my house for cocaine. They just had a shooting over there not too long ago.
At Brandon's old place or the new place that you're with?
The old place that Brandon lived in.
Yeah. How is Brandon doing? Do you talk to him very much?
Oh, I talk to him every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. How's he like the new place?
He hates it. He thinks... I told him how bad it's going to be. He didn't think it was going to be that bad, but it's worse. It's
bad as in weather?
Weather, and he's making half as much money as he did when he was over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
why half as much?
Because he's living, instead of living in his house that he owns, he's living in a dormitory, and that means they take all his BAH.
Right. Okay. Well, what the heck?
Yeah, biggest scam ever.
How long does he have to?
I think
How long does he have to live on base?
I think 2 years, but he still owns 3 houses over here, so he's making some money.
Mm-hmm. I was reading an article about saving money and how Jay Leno has saved all of his money from his night shows that he does, that he used to do on the late night show.
Yeah. Oh, that guy's got money.
Yeah, but when he first started working, he worked as a mechanic. And then he would do his comedy shows at night. And
wow.
whichever job he made the most money at, that's the one that he saved. And then the other job was the money that he spent. And that was the one that he lived off of. So... it worked pretty good for him. He was able to save all of his big money. So then when he started working at the night show, the Tonight Show, he was making like $30 million a year.
Oh man!
And he said that he hasn't spent any of that money, and he did it for like 20 years. Who knows how much money he's got? He made sure that every year he did an additional, so he did the Tonight Show, and then he did 150 shows, comedy shows around the country on, other times. And he lived off of that money from his little comedy shows that he did on the side, and he saved all of his money from the Tonight Show.
That's crazy.
Is that crazy or what? So his recommendation was always have 2 jobs. Live off one and save the other one.
I wish I could do that, but military says no. It's very, very difficult, and you need a great reason, like you have kids or something like that. You can't just say, like, yeah, I want another job, especially when your current job in the military. Especially when your current job takes so much time and, like, changes shifts all the time. Like, you can't get
that. Yeah, that's too hard.
Well, I mean, like, they just won't let you.
Mm-hmm. Well,
so this guy likes to, he likes to accelerate really fast, but doesn't like to go too fast top speed wise. And he's learning how to turn really hard takes experience and time. So whenever I show off to him, I make sure it's clear, like, I do not want them doing what I can do, because what I can do is from experience, like turning and stuff like that. He's right on the back of my bike before to show him how to turn. But he was like, man, what you guys are nuts. Like, you guys drive like nuts. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, I saw you take a turn around the roundabout, and then you did it again, going really fast. Like, cause I went in the roundabout and there was nobody around. And I just wanted to go around, and I did like 2 circles around it with my suit on, trying to get my knee to touch the ground.
Oh, jeez.
It's like, I look behind me and I see you doing roundabouts.
I just do the roundabouts. Once I get in a roundabout, I can't get out. Just don't get another ticket.
Right. Well, I really doubt I would get a ticket for going around a roundabout, going a little bit faster.
That would be bad. I get a ticket for going around a roundabout too fast.
I couldn't really tell how fast I was going because it was a roundabout. You know, I'm just trying to lean over really hard. It's a roundabout. I don't think I went that fast.
That's funny. So have you slept yet since you got off work?
It's Friday. I mean, I worked tonight. I haven't. I got the last few days off. It's my weekend.
So you're on your weekend?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. But you work tonight,
Yes.
so it's the end of your weekend.
Right.
Okay. Well, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. I've worked
You go get a corned beef.
I've never had a St. Patrick's Day off, and since I've been in the military.
You need to go to the store and get a corned beef and put it in the crock pot. Let it cook all day. It's the easiest thing to cook ever.
I got some chicken that I want to grill tonight at work.
I'm just saying, you like corned beef,
It's very salty.
well, you can rinse it off. Rinse it off before you put it in. When you get it in the package, it's got all that red stuff on it. That's like the juices and stuff. But you can rinse that off, put it in the crock pot. Then you put the spices. It has a little spice packet. Sprinkle that on. Cook it for 8 hours. You're good to go. Awesome. You there?
Yeah, I'm there. It's looking at this car behind me.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to run in the store here and get a corned beef.
Right now?
Yeah?
I'm almost there. Keep talking to me. I like talking to you.
Oh, okay. I'm talking to you. No, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. I had to take Emma's violin. Emma called me. They had to get up early to go to school because they had to have a performance at the high school. The performance is at Willamette High School. Do you remember where that's at?
The Glamour Store? Yeah, I know where the Glamour Store is.
No, Willamette High School.
Oh, I'm at high school.
You know where that's at?
Maybe.
Out towards the airport. On Barger.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So she calls me at 7:30 and says, I don't have my violin! I need my violin! I'm like, you went to a performance and you went on a bus with all these other people. Why don't you have your violin? It was in the band room and it was all locked. And when I went to go get it, I came back and the bus was leaving. Like, I need it now. I'm like, well, you know, I can't just bring it the second.
Yeah, she can.
She goes, I perform in a half an hour. I need the violin.
Well, call Wyatt Wilson or Walker.
Well, I was at home. I mean, she goes, I need Grandpa's violin. I couldn't go to the school and get it because it was all locked up.
She's using
So
Grandpa's
I
violin?
drew the violin. She has Grandpa's violin. He had a violin. Actually, Grandma told me they gave it to Emma. He had a violin. It's old. And he used to play fiddle occasionally. He'd pull it out. I think I saw him play it once. He didn't play it very often. And,
I was going to say, I never got to see him play.
No, I mean, I think I was maybe, I don't know, 16, 17 last time I saw him play it. The only time I saw him play it. I was like, I didn't know you played violin. He goes, oh yeah. We play a few times. So, anyway, it was really old. and old case and not in good shape. It wasn't even functional because... Oh, you've seen it?
Yeah.
Well, Emma, or Grandma Train was talking to Emma about it. She said, yeah, Grandpa has a violin, but I don't know where it's at. Emma's like, you don't know where it's at? And Grandma said, no, I don't think I know where it's at. And so they started searching the house and they found it. And they got it out, and the strings were busted, and
oh yeah,
you know, it was cracked and not in good shape. But Grandma Swoboda and Grandma Train decided, you know, since Emma plays violin, she should have it, and so they gave it to her. And of course, it's not working, so we had to take it to the shop and put over $100 into it to get it fixed.
It's going to need like oil, be recalibrated. Strings aren't cheap for a violin.
It was just for the bridge.
It is a new bridge, probably
a little
cracked.
tiny.
It's bone.
Well, no, the bridge was old, number one, and they needed to replace it, and the bridge alone was $80.
That makes sense.
And then they restrung it, and they had to replace the string, and he cleaned it, and he said, you know, they made a lot of those kinds of violins, and it says, I think it's from Europe, but he said it's a reproduction. It's not like an original.
Oh.
He said, you know, maybe worth a couple $100. And he said, but it's really neat, and it plays great. He said, for the age, it's really great. He said, enjoy it. Play it when you want to, and, you know, enjoy it. So that's what Emma's done. And she played it at Grandma's funeral. And she had a handkerchief that she used on her neck that was Grandma Swoboda's. I thought that was really sweet.
That is really sweet.
It was really sweet. It was really sweet. And then when Jim found out that there was a violin,
he wanted it.
He said, that's my violin. And it was like,
I would have said some very mean military things to him.
Well, he goes, I want that violin. He told Mom after we came home. He goes, that's Daddy's violin, and that's mine, and I want it. And Mom said, no, it's not yours. She said, Grandma Swoboda gave it to Emma, and we put a lot of money into it to get it fixed so Emma can play it. In fact, that's what Emma played at the funeral. And he said, well, that was mine. Mom said, if it was yours, you should have taken it 7 years ago. But she said, it's not yours. Grandma gave it away. And he kept going on and on about it. And she said, contact Connie if you want it. But he goes, I'll pay her the money that she put into it. And she goes, that's not the point. The point is who it came from. It was a gift for somebody that can enjoy it and play it. I can't play it. Jim can't play it. What's he going to do with it? He's going to sell it, because that's what he does with everything. He has no sentimental value in anything. Grandpa Swoboda gave him his Suburban when they got their new car.
And he sold it.
Jim was so excited to get it. A week later, he sold it. A week. He didn't even have it very long. He knew he was going to sell it. He didn't keep it. He sold it for the money. So, no. I told Mom, I said, I dare him to call me. He's not getting it. Yeah, he's not getting it. Not happening. He told John, Grandpa Swoboda put these big burls that he found in the woods 50 years ago. He found these burls. Do you know what burls are?
They're like a clump of wood.
Yes. And, you know, he had sawed them off, and they were, you know, probably 5 inches thick or more, maybe 6 inches, 7 inches. And he had hauled them up to the top of his attic. Do you remember them being up there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Jim wanted those brought down because he wanted to take a couple home. He said he just wanted 2. So, he can't get them down from the attic. I mean, they're heavy. They're 100 pounds each at least, maybe even more.
So what, Ed or John do them?
Uncle John went up there, and he pulled all of them down. And he left 2 for Jim, and 2 for... And he took 2 and he's got them stored. Well, Jim says Jim wasn't there when John brought him down. Jim says after John's left and Jim's got his in his storage place, he goes, well, I want to see those other two because I want to decide which two I wanted.
Oh, you don't get first pick if you're not the one that's going to bring it down.
Oh, John's like, what? He goes, well, I wanted to choose which ones I wanted. And John's like, they're all pretty much the same. Well, I wanted to see him. Well, he's like, okay, I'll send you a picture. Well, he hasn't sent him a picture. John's busy.
John doesn't give a shit.
John's well, he was going to do it, and I told him, no, don't do any of that. And I told Mom, I said, really? Why does he care? Mom's like, that's right. He just wants to sell them. He just wants to make a big old pain. And I said, well, you know what? No, we don't have the time for that. He gets the two that were picked out for him, and that's what he gets. So he came down last weekend. And
so this is a recent thing.
He came down last weekend. He was here for 2 weeks for the funeral, and then he came back to get his stuff out of storage. And he kept trying to call John to try to meet up with him on the freeway so he could look at those other two girls. And John conveniently didn't answer the phone.
Oh, yeah, same as at work.
He's busy. He's watching his kids in Roseburg. He's working in Eugene. He's all over the place. And he says to Mom, my mom, Grandma, John's not answering his phone, and I really want to see those girls. I'll meet him out at the freeway. And Mom said, you know what? He's busy. He doesn't have time to be dealing with that. And so that's probably not going to work out. He's like, oh. Not going to happen. Who's got the time for that?
Not me.
Who wants to move those all around all over the place? No, John took him down. He picked up the two that he wanted. He took them to Grandma Train's shop, which Jim doesn't know. That's where they're at. And he picked out the one he wants, and he picked out one for me, and he's going to make me a table.
Aw.
And he's going to make himself a table. And we're going to use them. And yes, he did pick out the two best ones for us.
Yes. I'm so glad. I'm starting to hear all this in family gossip because I'm old enough to kind of get around it now and understand. Because he never really told us kids about what's going on. We never had any clue. So it's fun to finally hear what's going on. Because I've always kind of wondered why we never, hanged out with Uncle Jim, or obviously because I live in a different town, but.
Oh, well, you didn't hear the story about the violin.
Well, now I know the story about the violin.
Oh, there's more to it.
Oh.
Yeah. So at the funeral, Aunt Linda, she got a cold. She was pretty sick, going around coughing, acting like she didn't feel good and all that crap. So at the funeral, Aunt Linda's weird. I'm just going to tell it to you.
I know. You told me about Aunt Lynn. She's a weirdo.
Yeah, she's weird. And she tells lies and gossip. She tries to stir the pot. Doesn't matter what it is. Usually every occasion there's some kind of lie or gossip told about somebody or something. What?
Cop.
What? Are you serious?
I sped up this a little bit. And I was like, oh. There's a cop. right there. That's why I was like, oh no, I don't want another ticket. I mean, you didn't hear my engine. I wasn't flying. It was coming out of the intersection. It was I got a car 30 feet in front of me. I sped up just a little bit. I'm like, oh no.
Hit the brake.
I can't really do anything. I just. You don't want to hit sign.
Did he pull you over?
No. He was going the opposite way of traffic, but I was just like, oh.
Okay. So Linda tells Mom as they're going through stuff at the house. Mom was giving Jim the boxes that we had put aside for him. She tells Mom Emma refused to hug Linda.
Oh, I remember this. You told me that.
Yeah. So,
for no reason.
Mom said that didn't happen. You must have misunderstood. But that didn't happen. That's not Emma. And she goes, well, I just figured she was a snotty person. Or stuck up. She was stuck up and didn't hug me. And I asked Emma, I said, did you refuse to hug Aunt Linda? And Emma goes, no. She goes, I was talking to her at the funeral, and before we left, I gave her a hug. I said, okay. I told Mom. Mom goes, I know. She said, I knew it wasn't true the moment she said it.
Right.
And she said, I think that she was surprised at Grandma's reaction. Right. She said, that's not Emma. That's not how you would describe Emma in any way. I know that that's not true.
All right, I gotta go, Mom. I love you.
Did you get pulled over?
No, I'm over at the store now.
Okay.
I'm just laughing.
All right, I love you too.
I've already heard the story, and it just makes me happy that, family sticks together, but we'll screw over someone that's in the family if you try to screw all of us over.
Oh, no. We're not going to screw you over, but, there's reasons behind how decisions are made.
All right, well, I love you. I gotta go.
I love you too.
Right.
Okay.
See ya.
All right. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.